Welcome back, Rellism Sports Talk, episode 47. Drew, don't be sad, baby. We still love you, man. You know what I'm saying? You and Samantha, big ups. Fantasy Football Factory. You know what I'm saying? Ralph, come on. I need to get on, Ralph. Let's go. George Teague, you're on the clock. You got the number one pick, baby. Let's go. We already got the rehab league almost ready. 5 for a choppa on the beat. Appreciate it. Let's go. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of stuff to talk about. First thing we're going to talk about is, well, let me just give you a run through real quick. We're just going to talk about the NBA Finals, the final thoughts on all that, upcoming free agency, the stars on the moves, favorites next year. If you're not one of the favorites next year, who needs to make a move? Are we getting rid of the Indians again? All this college football craziness with the conferences. And of course, we got some NFL talk. Aaron Rodgers already saying some stuff today, like he coming back. But the biggest thing is that COVID policy. So we're going to go ahead and start it off. Start it off with the biggest thing that just happened. And everybody's hyped about it. I know I'm hyped about it because, you know what? And honestly, I really didn't care who won. I kind of wanted Chris Paul to win just to give him a ring for his hard work throughout the years or whatever. But now I think about it, man, he was on many teams that I ain't like. Now that I think about it, I ain't like he with Harden in Houston because I hate Harden. I ain't want them to win that because I hate Harden. I ain't want him to win that with the Clippers because I'm a Laker fan, yo. So now that I think about it, the best things probably did happen. You know what I'm saying? So give it up for the Bucks. Give it up. The Bucks coming through. The Bucks coming through. You know what I'm saying? They having all their fun. They out there doing things. But the craziest thing about it is watching Giannis throughout this whole thing. Like, I was always one of those, like, I mean, Giannis is putting up the numbers. But is he like Shaq? People talk about he's like Shaq and this and this. Yo, numbers showed up. But the biggest thing, like I always said, I'm not a big numbers person like that because I think they can be manipulated. That's my biggest problem with LeBron is he showed up and looked like he was ready to show up. He looked strong. He looked like he was going to will them to win. And that's the big difference, though. I love seeing that. And here, one last LeBron hating thing. I gave him some love when Kevin Love and Kyrie was out. And he was out there game one. I mean, that whole series he was out there playing. I feel like he could have been MVP, even though they lost. Because he played like he should be playing this whole year, all his career like that. I'm going to jump off LeBron. Jump off. Even though I did do something I said I wasn't going to do. I watched the Space Jam movie. Whatever. It wasn't nothing. Kobe's would have been better. But anyway. All right. So, but it was great to see LeBron. I mean, see, I'm still thinking about LeBron. It was great to see Giannis with all his, like, family. You know what I'm saying? And in that moment, he just sat down to relax and enjoy it. I mean, it was crazy grabbing his kid. Yo, that was some quality stuff. I enjoyed it. Then he talked about his relationship with Chris Middleton. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize they were together so long. I did not realize it was 8 years they've been together like that. You know what I'm saying? So, love his demeanor. Love the fans. The fans of Milwaukee. What? The whole state came out that mug, yo. Deer District and all that. I mean, what? That was a national park out that mug. It was crazy seeing all those people. But the biggest thing, man, was the press conferences. The press conferences was the best thing. Because if you aren't already happy about the game, because the games were amazing. The games were amazing. After game 2, and even game 2 was decent. You know what I mean? They were all good. And the Bucks blew out game 3, but all the rest of them, it was good games. Good basketball. But anyway, my biggest thing that I got from the press conference is my trending up. I know everybody saw it. That's right, my trending up. My trending up is the way Giannis talked about James Harden without talking about James Harden. Everybody heard him talking about not doing the super teams. He was talking about James Harden. If you don't know about the history between him and James Harden, look it up, please. Look it up. It's fantastic. Him and Harden do not like each other. They ain't liked each other for a while. There was an incident when he was a rookie. Him and Harden got into it, And like I said, I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know it was like that until I looked it up. And then they get into it. They doing this, having problems in the All-Star game. And then Giannis won an MVP over him. Remember when Giannis got that first MVP? I had no idea there was problems. There was issues. People talking trash. People doing this. Giannis talking about, you know what I'm saying, James Harden's flopping all the time, which he ain't never lie. He ain't never lie. You know what I mean? And then Harden talking about, well, it's easy to dunk when you're 7 feet tall. You know, it's basketball's easy to you. That's not real basketball. You're an idiot, James Harden. You're an idiot. You traveling, flopping around. Is that real basketball? I'm not saying you ain't got no skills, because you do. But come on, dude. You out here dogging. But look what happened, yo. He out here talking about, I could have done all that. Yeah. I could have went and joined the super team. I could have done all these different things that people were talking about, you know. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to win it for my city. I wanted to win it for my team that wanted me. They wanted me. I want to win for my city. You know what I'm saying? So he was talking, yo, you have to look up the rivalry. And that's why that's my trending up. Because the rivalry. And you know Giannis is sitting at home. He's sitting there chilling, thinking about James Harden. He's just thinking like... You know he is. And it makes me feel even better because I hate James Harden. Flopper. Anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's my trending up. Because we need more rivalries. We need more rivalries in sports. I'm tired of this buddy ball. I'm tired of buddies teaming up. Hey, buddy. Let's join up, buddy. You want to join, buddy? Come on, buddy. Hey, everybody, let's go together. I'm tired of that. I don't want to hear that no more. Don't want to hear it no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of buddy ball. So that made me feel good. And he beat them. I know James Harden went 100%. Kyrie wasn't there. Whatever. But it don't matter. He still got a ring. He got a ring. PJ Tucker got a ring instead of Harden. You know what I'm saying? All these people got rings instead of Harden. It was great. But you know who didn't get a ring? Eric Bledsoe, who was with Giannis all them years thinking that he was going to be the point guard to lead them. They had the best record and all this. And you couldn't get over the hump. Then Drew Holiday comes and you win. It's kind of like when Kawhi went for DeMar DeRozan. And they won a championship. Now DeMar DeRozan talking about... Now he's like, I'll take less money to join the Lakers. Oh, now you want to come to the Lakers? You ain't want to come before. I can't compete with Kobe's legacy. Kobe's legacy is going to be there forever, son. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? You think about Lakers, you think about Kobe, son. So don't be bringing your crybaby ass over here. I don't even want you crybaby over here no more. DeMar DeRozan, crybaby, crying all the time. I don't want to hear none of that. Don't want to hear none of that. But so we got all these different things going on. But I do feel bad for Bledsoe because it's like, you know, he goes to the Hornets and he's probably thinking like, hey, I'm gonna play with Zion. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Now they done traded you again. That's when you know free agency's popping. Free agency's coming. Who's coming? Who's going? Who's gonna join teams? That's just the first one. And look how hyped we got over Valanciunas getting traded and Bledsoe getting traded. Imagine when we get to see what Paul's going to do, Tucker's going to do, Porter's going to do, Lowry's going to do, DeRozan if he really is, Ball, Hardaway Jr. And don't forget about Oladipo. Remember Oladipo was supposed to be a star. You can't tell me he can't go to somebody's team and be the third option and be somebody. I'll take him. You know what I mean? So when we talk about all these free agencies that are out there that we can build. I mean, Bogdanovich free agent. There's so many free agents that can fill out rosters. That's why you're gonna see some. If you're gonna see some stuff going on, if people want to try to make a team and try to compete, do it. And these are the years to do it. I think if anything, after we learned from last year, I think this is the year that you need to go and do it. I mean, we got the stars on the move. What's gonna happen with Dame? What's gonna happen with Beal? Is Westbrook really trying to leave if they're going? I heard about Siakam going to Golden State, which I think would be a huge play if they got Siakam and somebody else. Ben Simmons, what's going to happen with him? You know, so we're looking at different things, and I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody really knows what's going to happen, but I guess we'll see. But my next thing is, since we're talking about it, we're going to wrap up the NBA season. Are the Bucks the favorite? Fact or fiction? Are the Bucks the favorite to win again? Everybody keeps talking about repeat. Repeat ain't easy, son. Repeat ain't easy. Especially not even a three-peat. You know what I'm saying? With Kobe shining. Yeah. But a repeat ain't easy, especially when you wasn't the favorites before anyway. You know what I mean? You got the team that had the best record. 76ers. You got the team that everybody thought was going to win, the Nets. Then you got both LA teams over West. And then you got this, I'm telling you, you got this wild card in Golden State, who holds a lot of pieces with these draft picks and with the teams they got. You know, Wiseman got hurt. Clay was hurt. You know what I'm saying? They still got Wiggins. I mean, there's some players on Golden State and Curry. I mean, hey, you know what I mean? So, there's some stuff going on here. There's some stuff going on. And when one domino drops, you're going to see other ones flinging around, trying to get to it, trying to do this and that. I can't wait. I love it. I love it. I hate when basketball season ends, but I know football season's coming, fantasy football season's coming, college football's coming. I love it. So who needs to make a move? If we're saying the Nets, 76ers, all these teams, who needs to make the move to get to the next level? First and foremost, I think the Bucks need to sign their free agents. I think you need Tucker and Portis back. I think you better get both of them back because they bring that defensive toughness that you lacked. Actually, I think they made Giannis tough. Not that Giannis wasn't tough, but he brought out a certain doggy edge on him. You know what I'm saying? He was already aggressive, but he was like real aggressive with these two boys on this team. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you rolling with a pack of dudes, you know what I'm saying? You got a whole bunch of softies, you ain't feeling good. But you know you got crazy Eddie over here and Jerome Rome over here and, you know, Big Carl back here. You feeling like, hey, we gonna do things. That's the way Giannis was feeling. He's like, I got crazy eyes. I got PJ. Yeah, Drew Holiday's locking up. Yeah, we doing it. That's what kind of influence these people had on him. You know what I'm saying? So, first and foremost, the Bucks better re-sign their players. 76ers, you need to do something with Ben Simmons and get it done. Go ahead and try to get a start. Try to get Damian Lillard. Try to get somebody, because the longer you wait, the less you're going to get for Ben Simmons. Then you're going to get stuck with him and have to replay this whole season again. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. You're going to be wasting healthy years for Joel Embiid. As a big man and with injuries, he had injuries coming out of Kansas. So you better get these are the MVP years that you can get. You better use them wisely. Look at a team like the Hawks. They came out of nowhere. Trae Young, he's on the map. Trae Young's on the map. Trae Young should be out there saying, hey, who want to come play with this guy? Who want to come play with me? You can't tell me somebody want to play with him. He can score. He's willing to pass. He got that moxie to him. Hey, I know the Knicks are trying to get everybody, but the Knicks ain't got nobody. You got Julius Randle, and he ain't nobody. I mean, he all right, but he ain't no star. He's like a third option, and you got him as a one. That's why you were one and done and out of the playoffs. You know what I mean? So, the Suns, I think you better re-sign Chris Paul. He brings that to your team, and just get a year better. The Suns, get a year better. Get a year better. Why not? I mean, y'all right there. You still got a puncher's chance. I mean, you were right there to win. You still got a puncher's chance. So I say those are my biggest teams that need to make moves. Unless another team like Chicago, who's got Vujacic, and you know they got the one slam dunk mug. If they can go and pull off a DeRozan or something and pull it off, boom, 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 let's go. Hey, you know anything can happen if you put a couple stars together like that to add to your team. But my thing is, I think Philadelphia needs to trade Ben Simmons and whoever else they need to trade. Whoever else, Tobias Harris or whoever else, and trade them to Portland. Portland will be happy with that. Give up Dame and then go sign Kyle Lowry. Tell Kyle Lowry, come home, Kyle. Come be our point guard, Kyle. It'll be you and Dame and Joel Embiid. Could they compete with the Nets? I mean, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. So, I mean, there's a lot of things like that, man. A lot of things going on with that. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how it turns out. But so we talked about our going up was Giannis and Harden. So, of course, if we're going up, we got to have a going down, too. So, what's the going down going to be? I think everybody knows what it is. We've been talking about it. We've been hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. We talking about trending down is Texas and Oklahoma. Really? 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 mean, come on, SEC, really? It's already it was getting good with the NCAA losing all its power and everything. We're actually going to try to have some kind of continuity between the things. Now you take it, Texas and Oklahoma. The Big 12's done. They can talk about we're going to add a team. We're going to add. Who you going to add? Who you going to add, dude? Who wants to play Kansas State and all these mugs? Nobody. Oklahoma State. I mean, I'm not saying they bad teams, but I'm saying like that conference is done. They're done. If I was the Big Ten right now, I'd be calling Oklahoma State and anybody that's decent in the conference be like, come join the Big Ten now. Because they're all going to be gone. They all going to be gone. West Virginia, you better go to the ACC. I mean, all these things need to happen. All these things need to happen. You know, the biggest wild card, of course. Everybody want us. But they said contractually ACC's going to have an advantage. It's either ACC or Big Ten anyway. But I want it to be ACC because it's closer to if I can see a game or not. So, but come on, dude. It's a horrible idea. I hear the people talking about, yeah, but they get to play. You're going to see quality games every week. And that part is intriguing because I never looked at it that way. It is intriguing to see that more often than not. But here's the difference with all that. They're going to have 4 pods of teams of 4. That means you're going to be playing your rivalries once every 4 years or something, man. I don't want to see that. I want to see Ohio State, Michigan every year. You know what I'm saying? I want to see these rivalries every year. I want to see Notre Dame, USC every year. So in the SEC, I want to see Alabama, Auburn every year. I want to see, you know what I'm saying, all these schools against each other every year. I don't want to just halfway get rid of the ones that don't belong in the SEC. If they ain't no good, get out. If you're trying to make one big old gigantic super duper conference of the elite teams, then kick out the bums. If you ain't gonna kick out the bums, keep some big ones in each conference. I don't understand it then, man. I don't understand it because now we talking about college football playoffs. If they move it to 12 teams, you better put a cap on how many people from a league can go in. I don't want it to be 12 teams and 8 of them from the SEC with 3-4 losses because they played quality teams. We're going to have people in the top 5 with three losses while we got undefeated teams or something else over here. That's problems, man. They should have left it alone and had the conference winners from all the big Power 5 schools, so that's 5, and then have 2 bowls of the non-Power 5 schools or whatever, who can ever win, you know how the AAC gets in or whatever. That'd make it 7. You know what I mean? And then you can have 2 wild cards or whatever, 2 whatever that was extras from the conferences, and then 1 whatever. I don't know. But come up with something else. What's going to happen is if you move it to 12, that's fine. You can move it to 12, but you need to say, hey, we can only have 4 SEC teams at the most. I'd be okay with that, I guess. But I think every conference every conference champion should be allowed in this. If you're a conference champion, you should be allowed in it. Champions are champions. You're a champion. That would stop all these super duper conferences. Yeah, they're going to do it for money. Yeah, no, everything's about money. They're going to do it for money. Cool. Cool. But at the end of the day, you can't give them everything. Don't give them everything. The power of the bowls, the power of the playoffs, and all the money, and all the NIL. I mean, come on. Don't give them everything. Put some rules in place before this happens. Hey, conference champions get this. Conference champions get these things. You get the advantage if you're a conference champion of a Power 5 conference. Do it. If not, we're going to have 3 big conferences and that's it. And then everybody else is going to not even be thought of. You're going to take away the little schools. You're going to take away the Boise States beating the Oklahoma. You're going to get rid of all these things because you're putting everybody in a basket and saying that they're better than all y'all. So we need more of this and less of you. Come on, man. And think about, it's not just even about football. Look at all the other sports. Look at basketball. The Big 12. Big 12 basketball. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, West Virginia, Baylor. That conference was murder row. Oklahoma State was probably going to have the number 1 pick coming from their school, Cade Cunningham. Look at the schools. Look at the basketball impact. Now you're taking away Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC, which helps the SEC in basketball because SEC in basketball is what? Kentucky, they've been waterlogged for a little while. Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? LSU, these teams ain't, they're like that. You know what I mean? So that definitely helps basketball. And it helps football. It probably helps baseball too. I just don't know a lot about it. But I don't know, man. Tell me what y'all think about that. I'm not cool with it. I'm not cool with it at all. Just because I like the different conference champions. I feel like when you put everybody in one basket, it's like you're neglecting and negating everybody else. I don't like that because I feel like it's just going to be a scramble now. Now somebody's going to try to take clips from the ACC. Somebody's going to try to take this and this and this. I miss the old. Keep your divisions. Keep it. That's just like saying, oh, we're going to split up the football. Hey, Redskins and Cowboys, y'all going to split divisions. You're going to go over there. You're going to go there. No. This is what we want. We want this. We don't want them splitting up rivalries like this. I mean, I guess it's great that they moved together, but what about Oklahoma State? Bedlam. What they call Bedlam? What about that? They're talking about the Pac-12. Talking about they got to keep up USC and Oregon. That's the only two teams they talking about, USC and Oregon. Suppose they leave. What's going to happen with USC and UCLA? People on that side of the country, that's a big deal. Oregon State. Or is that one Bedlam? I can't remember. But still, these are humongous games. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know Texas A&M was pissed. Texas A&M was probably like, yo, we tried to do this before everybody. Yo, we were like, we going over there. Y'all stay there. We going to be good. And then trying to get away from you. And now they came, followed you in. If I was Texas A&M, I'd be like, I'm going back to the Big 12. Fuck, who rolling with me? Take another squad, which it still ain't going to be enough. Texas, that big state, and Oklahoma, that's going to... Big 12 might be done. They might have gotten sabotaged. They talk about, they're going to get 75, 80 million. They might not last 5 years to get that money. All the teams might leave. They might not have any teams there. Teams are probably scared. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to see what's going to happen with that, man. It's crazy how it's going to happen. The recruiting is going to be crazy now. NIL rules. It's going to be less relevant because there's so much competition over there. People ain't going to care about other things because they only want to worry about the SEC schools. If you keep doing that, man, it drives me crazy. The recruiting could get crazy. SEC fighting over SEC. I like to see media days with the coaches. That would be funny. Those kind of things would be funny. But during the season, it's fun to watch. The end game, I'm not so much sure about. But I'm a fan. I'm going to watch it anyway. My Irish is independent. I think they eventually will join the ACC. But hey, we'll see what happens. Now my Pharrell Award. Actually, I got two of them. I'm going to do one real quick.
What?
USA basketball, y'all lost to France in the first round.
What?
First time y'all lost since 2004 in the first round.
What?
And if y'all don't win this next game, y'all can't get a medal.
What?
And you got supposedly the best player in the NBA on there, and he scored 10 points last game.
What?
What in the world? For real? USA basketball. They talk about, when they played France and they had Evan Fournier and da-da-da. I don't care about no Evan Fournier. What? You're supposed to win. I ain't even gonna jump on it no more because y'all supposed to win. But for real, my Pharrell Award.
What?
The Washington football team. My Washington football team. It's still gonna be the Washington football team, which is WTF. What the? We gotta wait another year to get a name? We gotta wait another year to get a name.
What?
But the Cleveland Indians, they're changing theirs already. They're gonna be the Cleveland Guardians. How sweet was this? They got if you ain't seen the logo and checked everything out, check it out. It says Guardians, but it's the same lettering like Indians was. So all the chants that they would do, all the songs they would do with Indians, they just substitute Indian for Guardian. They thought their process out. We can't figure nothing out. What are we doing? We gotta wait another year to get a name?
You have got to be kidding.
And they didn't came up with a name. Then they came up with the logo for it, and they already introduced it to everybody. Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Guardians now. Big ups to y'all, Cleveland. But here's my thing. Was Cleveland Indians a derogatory name? What's going on? Are we, like, getting rid of the Indians for the second time? I mean, I already don't see no family of Indians nowhere. You can't go to Shoney's or Waffle House and see none sitting there eating all together. I don't see none. I mean, I know they on reservations and whatnot, but you try to take away the whole word Indian. They the Cleveland Indians. No, I can't say Indians. They don't exist no more. What? What's going on? How far are we going to take this? So, look. So, I wrote this down. I said, so are the Chiefs going to be derogatory? I mean, you said Indian. They changed it to Indian. So, you changing Chiefs? Seminoles? Proud Seminole. Are we changing that now? Are we changing the Indian on the horse? Like, is all that gone? Are we getting rid of the tomahawk chop? Is that gone? The Braves? Are these bad names? I don't know. I'm asking. Somebody tell me. I have no idea. And then look, how far are we gonna go? What is offensive now? What's offensive now? Are the Vikings offensive? Some people might think the Vikings came out there and raped and destroyed things and You need to get rid of that name. What about the Blazers? Oh, they're referencing marijuana. They're getting blazed. All it takes is one idiot to say some stupid crap like that, and the ball rolls. I remember when it was the Washington Bullets. But now that I think about it, since we getting all this crazy talk, they're called the Washington Wizards. Suppose somebody was like, I don't believe in wizardry. That's from the devil. I don't like wizardry. How far are we going to go to this? The Raiders? They were pirates and they did this. Or the actual pirates. they raped women and pillaged and did all this stuff. Or even the Angels. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in any of that angel stuff. I find it offensive. My question is, how far are we going to go with this? How far is this world going to be so, like, crazy, yo? How far are we going to get crazy? Now, I'm not saying nothing about the Redskins because I don't know anything about it being, like, a derogatory name or nothing like that. But the word Indian? Was Indian had to go? What happened? I mean, what's going on? So, I don't know what's going on. But, you just got people in here talking about, I hate sports. I hate them all.
I hate you all so much.
Change your names. I think everybody's just getting a little. We're all going to be lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. We're either going to be a color like the Browns, or we're going to be like an animal like the Bears. Every sport's going to be a bear or a color, an animal or a color. That's what it's going to be, because everything else is offensive. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. But here we go. So, getting into the NFL, talking about the different things. NFL be smart, yo. That's why they be making that bread. They make this money. NFL just said, hey, we cool with y'all not getting the COVID test. You ain't got to get it. We understand your rights. You have your rights. Go ahead. No problem at all. But guess what we gonna do? If you don't get the COVID test, the vaccination, if you don't get that, and somebody on your team causes us not to be able to play because they infect something, ain't neither one of y'all teams getting paid. And it's going to be that person's fault for not getting vaccinated. Now they didn't put it on the players that were running their mouths talking about, I ain't doing it. Well, don't do it. But you have to answer to your whole team as to why they didn't get a game check. Why didn't they get a game check? What you going to do? You might want to rethink that, homie. Unless you some like Aaron Rodgers type mug that can Tom Brady that control the locker room, don't mess around and be a kicker talking about I ain't gonna do it. I bet somebody snatch you up. But seriously though, the rule is like that. So if you're playing like Cole Beasley said he ain't doing it, DeAndre Hopkins even talking about it, talking about he ain't gonna do it, and I'm like, so what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if it comes to that? I'm just saying, like, I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous about it because they talk about if somebody tests positive, that game is canceled. And the other team automatically gets the win, but they don't get no checks either. Imagine missing the playoffs because of something like that. Yo, it could cause mad problems. Mad problems. And I think it's going to be a big time problem. But for me, I want to know what the fantasy impact is. Because I'm a commissioner of 3 leagues, and I'm sitting here like, suppose you got a player in, Sunday night game, something like that. All of a sudden, tonight's game will not be played because such and such tested positive for COVID and he was not vaccinated. That means the other team's going to win, and neither team's going to get paid. And all you fantasy owners, you're not going to get any points from anybody in the whole game. What happens then? I really want suggestions to that, because what happens then? We need to put some rule in place now, because I can see something like that happening and starting mad problems. Mad problems. What do we do then? What do we do? Do we just say, hey, you take your chances? That's what makes a chance. Somebody could get hurt on the first play of the game. Same difference. I think that's what we do. That's why it's fantasy football. Luck of the draw, luck of the play. You played the right person. You're thinking about things. Hey, draft players that's been vaccinated. I mean, now you really doing research. You ain't looking at how does he play on the road in the cold weather. How does the team go against their past defense? Now it's like, was he vaccinated? Was he vaccinated? How many players on his team's vaccinated? Now we thinking about all kinds of crazy stuff, yo. Now we think about all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's too much for me. I want to just concentrate on fantasy football. I don't want to concentrate on nothing else. But that's just a question I want to ask. That's the question I'm asking. And y'all answer. Y'all help me answer. So word was out that Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers is getting his. They made a deal for him or something. La, 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 now he'll be able to get out, kind of like Tom Brady did or whatever. Get to go to whatever team he wants. La, la, la. I'm gonna tell you what. The pressure is on teams. The pressure is on teams right now, yo. Y'all better show up if y'all want Aaron Rodgers. You better say you got a team. You better say you got a team, yo. Because Aaron Rodgers is watching where he wants to go. He watching y'all. He come to us. We need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. Can we get one? Can we get one? Even though Ryan Fitzpatrick talking about he happy. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Episode 47, Rellism Sports Talk. We're going to go out to Jay Holly and Prime, Houdini on SoundCloud. Jay Holly and Prime from Queens, New York. Let's go.
Watch for them haters waiting to touch you. Gotta get paid, so we making gain of the muscle. Get your weight up a buckle. You fold on the flipping.
Thank y'all for the support. Share, man. Hit me out. Leave some comments. Tell others, man. I need to get it out. Let's go. Let's go. Houdini, baby.